In this video, you will see what it is like to hike in Dracula's country. Kidding. The Via Transylvanica is a 1,400 kilometer new trail. It's probably the new Camino de Santiago if I was a betting woman. The hospitality is amazing and the food is great. The trail is soft most of the time and it's very social. So you're going from village to village. You're not necessarily at high alpine kind of places. You do go through mountains, you do go through plains, you go through kind of the whole thing. I'm gonna pronounce this wrong, Pasculesa Social is a NGO and they founded the trail for the purpose of bringing rural tourism money to these communities that are underserved and forgotten. The cool thing though is that it's like authentic, legit. I mean, we watched people cut grass by hand and then pile it up in these cute little piles that were massive with pole, you know, and you know, we were eating raw dairy from the farm, from the cow that was like outside our bedroom of the places we stayed. Very, very cool. If you're looking for something that is a little bit different, a little definitely off the beaten path, and where you can get a real feel for the traditions, then the Via Transylvanica might be for you. If you want to be around a lot of other hikers, probably not. It's not that crowded yet. Yet is the right word. So again, pros, it's like unspoiled and the hospitality is off the charts. And most people can do this hike. It's not necessarily it's not technical at all, really. And they actually intended to avoid some of the harder places in Romania in order to make it that it's a more social trail. The cons are that some of the days you can be walking on pavement for a little while, especially because you have to get into the village to get to wherever it is that you're going to stay. So that can be a little troublesome, especially on your feet. And, you know, the other con I would say is that you can't lose any weight because the food is so good and you just want to eat all of it and they just keep feeding you and feeding you and feeding you and feeding you. So there's that. But overall, enthusiastic 2 thumbs up, Via Transylvanica.
It's Polinka.
Like 5 miles left.
Așa, până și noi ce avem în față.
All right, thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe so we can continue to explore these interesting little places in Europe that are not quite so popular yet. Watch this next video though if you're into the popular trail. So I had a wonderful time on the Tour du Mont Blanc, and again another friend's trip. This one is a very popular trail, and there's a lot of infrastructure, and this is the kind of trail that you actually need to plan almost a year in advance. Conversely, the Via Transilvanica, the week before, we actually got help from the Transylvanica social to actually book everything, and they booked it for us, which was super nice. They wouldn't even take money for it. They just asked for a donation. That's not the case on the Tour du Mont Blanc. Generally speaking, your best bet is to pay service. There's a bunch of them. My favorite is the Alp Adventures Unguided, because the founder is American, so I kind of can understand a little bit more, but there's plenty of good ones out there. And you basically ask them to plan your itinerary, plan all the bookings, call and email all the huts for you. And you do need to do this probably in September, October timeframe. Some of the huts will book you in that in advance, and then sometimes you kind of have to wait until February. It's very complicated. Via Transylvanica, not complicated at all. Very simple. And probably, so this is a 2023 video, I would say that it is about 1/4 of the cost on the Via Transylvanica for the food, and well, maybe 1/5 of the cost. And the food was a lot better in Romania. There were some good things in the Italian side, but it doesn't compare when you're pretty much a piece of pie at one of the refuges in, yeah, a piece of pie in the refuge in France was about the same price as a 4-course dinner in Romania. Oh, but they both were awesome. And you know, definitely the scenery was soft in Romania, but it was awesome on the Tour du Mont Blanc. So pros and cons, they both were amazing. All right, watch this next video to see how the Tour du Mont Blanc unfolded.